3 days before her company went viral and made her a millionaire, Sarah was sitting in her car, crying, ready to quit everything. She had no idea that her breakthrough was literally 72 hours away. What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, you might be closer to your breakthrough than you've ever been, and you don't even know it? Hey everyone, before we dive into these game-changing signs, if you're someone who refuses to give up on your dreams, smash that like button right now and subscribe because we're about to reveal the 5 undeniable signs that your breakthrough is right around the corner. And trust me, sign number 3 is the one most people completely miss. Also, drop a comment below and tell me what's one dream you're refusing to give up on. Let's build each other up in the comments. Now let's get into it.
Sign number 1 is increased resistance. Everything suddenly feels harder. I know what you're thinking. Wait, shouldn't things get easier before a breakthrough? Here's the truth that nobody talks about. The darkest hour really is just before dawn. When you're facing the most resistance, the most setbacks, the most no's, that's often because you're pushing against the final barrier. Think about it like this. When you're trying to break through a wall, the moment right before it cracks is when you're applying the most force and feeling the most resistance. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers. The 13th one said yes, and Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. That 12th rejection, that was the resistance right before her breakthrough. If you've been facing more obstacles lately, drop a fire emoji in the comments. You might be closer than you think. Sign number 2 is that you're stepping so far outside your comfort zone that it's terrifying. Here's something fascinating. Breakthroughs never happen inside your comfort zone. Never. When you start doing things that scare you, when you're pitching that idea even though your voice is shaking, when you're posting that content even though you're afraid of judgment, that discomfort is actually a compass pointing you toward growth. Your comfort zone is where dreams go to die. Your breakthrough zone is where you feel like an imposter, where you're learning, where you're stretching beyond what feels safe. Oprah was fired from her first television job as a news anchor because they said she was unfit for TV. She was devastated, but that discomfort pushed her into talk shows, and the rest is history. The question is, are you uncomfortable right now? Good. That means you're in the breakthrough zone. Comment below, I'm in the breakthrough zone if you're currently doing something that scares you. Let's encourage each other. Now, here's sign number 3, and this is the one that most people completely misinterpret and give up right when they shouldn't. You're getting attention, but it's mixed. Some people are supporting you, but others are criticizing, doubting, or even mocking you. Here's what this actually means. You're becoming visible. You're making waves. You're no longer invisible. And let me tell you something powerful. Haters only show up when you're onto something big. Nobody criticizes someone who's doing nothing. When you're insignificant, you're ignored. When you're about to break through, you become a target. Why? Because success threatens people's excuses. When Elon Musk started SpaceX, aerospace experts laughed at him. They said it was impossible. Now, he's launching rockets that land themselves. Those critics, they were a sign he was onto something revolutionary. So if people are starting to talk about you, whether good or bad, pay attention. That's not a red flag, that's a breakthrough flag. If someone has doubted you recently, drop their name in the comments. Just kidding, but seriously, drop a muscle emoji if you've faced criticism while chasing your dreams. You're in good company. Sign number 4 is seeing small wins after a long dry spell. After what feels like forever with no results, you're suddenly seeing small, unexpected wins. Maybe it's a random message from someone saying your work inspired them. Maybe it's a small sale after months of nothing. Maybe it's an opportunity that came out of nowhere. These aren't coincidences. These are breadcrumbs leading you to something bigger. Think of it like planting a seed. For weeks, you see nothing. The ground looks dead. Then one day, a tiny sprout breaks through the soil.
That sprout doesn't mean, oh, this is all you're getting. That sprout means the root system is strong. Now watch what happens. Scientists call this the compound effect. Success isn't linear, it's exponential. You put in 80% of the effort for 20% of the results, then suddenly that last 20% of effort gives you 80% of the results. Colonel Sanders was rejected 1,009 times before someone finally said yes to his chicken recipe. Imagine if he stopped at rejection 1008. He was one yes away from building KFC. Those small wins you're seeing, they're not the peak, they're the preview of what's coming. Comment below and tell me what's one small win you've had recently. Even if it seems tiny, share it. Let's celebrate together. Sign number 5, and this one is the most powerful. Deep down, even on your worst days, you cannot bring yourself to quit. Listen, if you could walk away from your dream easily, it's not your calling. But if you've tried to quit, you've imagined giving up, you've had moments where you said, I'm done, and then the next day you're back at it, that's not stubbornness, that's destiny pulling you forward. Your breakthrough is closer than you think because you've been built for this. That fire inside you that won't go out even when everything's going wrong, that's not randomness, that's purpose. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. He then started several businesses that failed. He was bankrupt, but he couldn't quit. He kept going and eventually created an empire that has touched billions of lives. He said this, all the adversity I've had in my life, all my troubles and obstacles have strengthened me. You may not realize it when it happens, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. If you're watching this video right now and you've been on the verge of quitting, but something keeps pulling you back, that's your sign. Your breakthrough is fighting just as hard to reach you as you are to reach it. Type, I won't quit in the comments if you're committed to seeing this through. Let's create an unstoppable wave of determination in the comments. So here's what I want you to remember. Your breakthrough doesn't announce itself with fireworks and a red carpet. It sneaks up on you, disguised as resistance, discomfort, criticism, small wins, and that unshakable feeling that you can't give up. If you're experiencing even one of these signs, you're closer than you think. And if you're experiencing multiple signs, you're standing at the edge of something incredible. The question isn't, will my breakthrough come? The question is, will I still be in the game when it arrives? Don't you dare give up now, not when you're this close. Remember Sarah from the beginning of this video, the one crying in her car 3 days before her breakthrough? She later said the only reason she didn't quit that day was because she decided to give it one more week, just one more week. What if your breakthrough is one more week away, one more month, one more attempt? Before you go, I need you to do 3 things. Smash that like button if this video gave you the motivation to keep going. Subscribe and hit the notification bell because I'm dropping content every week to keep you inspired and moving forward. And share this video with someone who's about to give up. Your share might be the sign they need to keep going. And one more thing, go into the comments right now and find someone else who's struggling. Reply to their comment with an encouraging word. Let's build a community that lifts each other up. Your breakthrough is coming. The only question is, will you be there to meet it? Keep going. I'll see you in the next video.